Ever wondered who really ruled the world before Twitter, like who had the most followers? Well, forget hashtags and retweets, we're going old school today, folks. We're talking empires, the original influencers. Get ready for a wild ride as we unearth the stories of the 5 biggest empires to ever grace or conquer our planet. From sprawling lands to epic battles, these empires were the real deal. So, grab your favorite snack, settle in, and let's dive into a world of history, power, and maybe some really questionable fashion choices. Alright, let's start with an empire that knew how to throw a tea party, and by tea party I mean global domination. The British Empire, folks. These guys were the ultimate power players for centuries, and I have a sneaking suspicion it all started with a good cuppa. Picture this. A rainy London day, a plate of warm crumpets and a steaming pot of tea. Suddenly, bam, world domination. Okay, maybe it wasn't that simple, but hey, a good cup of tea can solve anything, right? But seriously, the British Empire was a force to be reckoned with. At its peak in the 1920s, it covered nearly a quarter of the Earth's landmass. Talk about a serious real estate portfolio. From the Americas to Asia, Africa to Oceania, the sun literally never set on this massive empire, and how did they manage it? Well, let's just say they were pretty good at, shall we say, expanding their horizons, if you catch my drift. They had a knack for exploration, trade, and let's be honest, a bit of good old-fashioned conquest. They built a network of colonies, dominions, and protectorates, spreading their influence and tea across the globe. And speaking of tea, let's not forget the East India Company. This trading powerhouse played a massive role in the empire's expansion, bringing in exotic spices, luxurious fabrics, and, you guessed it, tons and tons of tea. But the British Empire wasn't just about tea and conquest. They also left a lasting legacy on the world, shaping everything from language and law to culture and education. Think about it. English is a global language largely thanks to the British Empire's reach, and their legal and political systems have influenced countless nations around the world. Of course, no empire is perfect, and the British Empire had its fair share of controversies, but there's no denying its impact on the world stage. So, next time you're enjoying a cup of tea, take a moment to appreciate the empire that made it all possible. Cheers! Next up, we're saddling up and heading east to meet the ultimate horse-riding conquerors, the Mongols. These guys were like the superheroes of horseback riding, covering vast distances and conquering lands faster than you can say Genghis Khan. And speaking of the big guy himself, Genghis Khan was the mastermind behind this unstoppable empire. Born Temujin, this fearless leader united the nomadic Mongol tribes and unleashed a wave of conquests that reshaped the map of Asia and beyond. From the steppes of Mongolia, the Mongol Empire exploded outward, sweeping across Central Asia, Persia, China, and even parts of Eastern Europe. They were known for their military prowess, strategic brilliance, and, let's be honest, a touch of intimidation. I mean, imagine facing a horde of Mongol warriors on horseback. Talk about a Monday morning commute you wouldn't want to be late for. But the Mongols weren't just about brute force. They were also surprisingly adaptable and tolerant rulers. They embraced different cultures and religions, promoting trade and cultural exchange across their vast empire. They established the Silk Road, a network of trade routes that connected east and west, facilitating the flow of goods, ideas, and technology. Under Genghis Khan and his successors, the Mongol Empire flourished for over 2 centuries, leaving a lasting impact on the world. They influenced everything from military tactics and political organization to art, literature, and even cuisine. So next time you're marveling at the intricate designs of a Persian rug or savoring the flavors of Asian cuisine, remember the empire that helped connect the world. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're heading to the land of icy landscapes and even icier rulers, the Russian Empire. These guys were tough, resilient, and knew how to handle a snowstorm like nobody's business. I mean, when your winters are colder than a polar bear's nose, you learn a thing or two about resilience. The Russian Empire emerged from the Grand Duchy of Moscow, gradually expanding its territory over centuries. From the czars to the emperors, Russian rulers were known for their ambition, power, and let's just say, a penchant for dramatic flair. Think opulent palaces, elaborate ceremonies, and a whole lot of fur-trimmed robes. But beneath the grandeur, the Russian Empire was a complex and fascinating entity. It was a melting pot of cultures, languages, and religions, stretching from Eastern Europe across Asia to the Pacific Ocean. They expanded their territory through conquest, diplomacy, and a bit of good old-fashioned Russian determination. They faced challenges from internal conflicts to external pressures, but they always managed to bounce back, like a resilient snowball in a snowstorm. Key figures like Peter the Great and Catherine the Great left their mark on the empire, modernizing the military, reforming the government, and expanding Russia's influence on the world stage. They embraced Western ideas while retaining their unique Russian identity, creating a cultural blend that continues to fascinate today. The Russian Empire's legacy is vast and complex, shaping everything from literature and music to politics and international relations. So, next time you're bundled up in a winter coat, think of the empire that braved the coldest of climates and left its mark on history. Get ready for a taste of the exotic, folks, because we're traveling to the heart of the Ottoman Empire. These guys were the ultimate trendsetters, ruling for over 6 centuries and influencing everything from coffee culture to global politics. They were like the cool kids on the block with a style all their own. I mean, who doesn't love a good cup of Turkish coffee? The Ottoman Empire emerged from a small Turkish state in Anatolia, gradually expanding its power and influence across the Mediterranean world. From the Balkans to North Africa, the Middle East to the Caucasus, they built a vast empire that bridged continents and cultures. They were known for their military strength, administrative efficiency, and let's not forget, their love of all things opulent. Think grand mosques, bustling bazaars, and palaces fit for a sultan. Speaking of sultans, the Ottoman Empire was ruled by a series of powerful and charismatic leaders, each leaving their mark on the empire's history. From Mehmed the Conqueror, who captured Constantinople, to Suleiman the Magnificent, who expanded the empire to its peak, these sultans were the ultimate power players of their time. But the Ottomans weren't just about conquest and grandeur. They were also patrons of the arts, sciences, and literature, fostering a vibrant cultural scene that blended Eastern and Western influences. They embraced diversity, welcoming people of different faiths and backgrounds, creating a cosmopolitan society that was centuries ahead of its time. The Ottoman Empire left a lasting legacy on the world, influencing everything from architecture and cuisine to music and fashion. So next time you're sipping a cup of coffee, remember the empire that made it a global phenomenon. Get ready for an adventure, folks, because we're sailing across the ocean to the land of conquistadors and gold, the Spanish Empire. These guys were the ultimate explorers, driven by a thirst for adventure, a quest for gold, and, let's be honest, a bit of good old-fashioned ambition. They were like the Indiana Jones of their time, braving uncharted waters and unknown lands in search of riches and glory. The Spanish Empire rose to prominence during the Age of Exploration, fueled by the discoveries of Christopher Columbus and the conquests of conquistadors like Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro. From the Americas to the Philippines, the Spanish Empire spanned the globe, claiming vast territories and amassing unimaginable wealth. They were known for their military might, their missionary zeal, and let's just say their love of all things gold. Think glittering treasures, ornate cathedrals, and a whole lot of swashbuckling. But the Spanish Empire wasn't just about conquest and riches. They also left a lasting legacy on the cultures, languages, and traditions of the Americas and beyond. They introduced new crops, animals, and technologies, transforming the landscapes and societies they encountered. They built cities, universities, and churches, spreading their language, religion, and culture across the globe. The Spanish Empire's story is a complex tapestry of triumphs and tragedies, of exploration and exploitation, of cultural exchange and enduring legacies. So next time you're marveling at the architectural wonders of a Spanish colonial city or savoring the flavors of Latin American cuisine, Remember the empire that sailed across the ocean and changed the world forever. So, who's ready to build an empire of their own? Just kidding, let's stick to building playlists. From tea-fueled expansion to horseback conquests, we've journeyed through the stories of some of history's most incredible empires. We've seen how these powerhouses shaped the world, leaving behind legacies that continue to fascinate and inspire us today. Which empire fascinated you the most? Was it the British Empire's global reach, the Mongols' horseback dominance, the Russian Empire's resilience, the Ottomans' cultural flair, or the Spanish Empire's thirst for adventure? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic history adventures.